place called?
Renton.
Renton. We're going to Renton.
Are you good with roller coasters and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope. I didn't eat before, just in case.
Well, we got plenty of nuts if you want any. We got cookies, spicy nuts. He really likes the spicy.
Nuts are where it's at, man.
I usually like the salty nuts.
Hey, by the way, this is one of our shadows. If you want to be a shadow and shadow me while I explore real estate, check out the link down below. Take advantage of the flash sale we have going for Valentine's Day, and you'll enjoy getting in for the best price possible.
Why don't you park here and go in the jet center? Look at that. It says Boeing Business Jets. That's us. We're Embraer, but they almost bought Embraer, but they missed out. So we'll use their facilities. Well, we made it. We are just below Seattle, and today we are going to tour Renton, Washington. This is a town of about 105,000 people. The median income here is about $41,000 per capita, which is pretty similar to Gilbert, Arizona, where the per capita income was about $42,000. Now, remember, when you hear per cap, you think members of household, you'd be counting everybody in it, right? So sometimes those numbers seem a little low. But what's fascinating is you have a poverty rate of just 5%. So very, very low poverty. And we are going to go look at basically the burbs of Seattle. Let's go. Hey, pleasure to meet you. Yeah. Absolutely. This is exciting. Are these fill or cut lots out here?
These are normally filled.
Mudslides, that would be under flood insurance. Do you need flood insurance here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go check it out. Do you have a buddy with the Cochran Group?
Yeah, Cochran Group does all the construction out in Microsoft.
Okay.
Microsoft's canceled all of their contracts with them for the next 2 years.
No, for building out offices.
For building out offices and things like that. So that tells me they're not encouraging their employees to come back. Yeah. So they are promoting them to, hey, work from home, commute maybe once a week if you're within range.
Right.
And Renton's going to fall right in that spot.
Because then people who still have family here or whatever, they're still local, but they're out of the city. How far to, say, the Amazon HQ from here? Downtown?
So downtown Seattle, Lake Union, from here, you're going to be wanting to take the 520 or the I-90 bridge across going 405. Or you could take I-5. It's about the same distance, to be honest, but that's the nice thing about here is you have access to those 2 points.
Nice.
From here, in rush hour traffic, you're looking at about a 45 minutes.
45 is not that bad. Oh, is that normal? So people are used to that then?
Yeah.
You were going to show me an overview over here.
Pretty much this is the barrier that you want to be at. You don't want to be buying for investment rentals on that side just because of crime and things like that.
Okay.
So if you're looking for better schools, better communities, you want to stay above the hill here. So,
okay.
And then we also have a 5-star hotel like right up on Lake Washington
I see.
So this is kind of where all the development, shopping, retail is going to be right
Got
there.
it. So a little more industrial maybe.
Exactly.
Okay, and then where's Bryn Mawr?
So Bryn Mawr Skyway is just going to be exactly that, right over there.
More apartment buildings here?
More older homes built in the 60s, 70s. And then going up on top of that hill is going to be pretty much all of it. I would say investment purposes, you want to stay on this side.
This side.
Because one, if you go up the hill over here, you're bordering into Issaquah School District. So Issaquah is, kind of one of those top highly rated schools and where a lot of tech live as well. So if you can get along that border, sometimes you can get away with
Issaquah, okay. Can be elementary, middle, high, all three of them.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't imagine out here you'd have a lot of short-term rentals. It's mostly long-term if you see rentals here.
For the most part. We're a very liberal state here, and so definitely they are cracking down on short-term rentals. They're only going to allow it in certain pockets of Seattle.
Where would you usually see those? Not that we necessarily want to invest in short-term rentals. I always like to know the optionality for both.
Yeah, I'm going to say downtown is almost a no-go now. Like they're
really?
eliminating short-term rentals out there,
Yeah.
which is why condos are just sitting out there right now. Condos in the downtown area, 200 days on market.
Sure,
right
because
now.
they propped up with the short-term rental market. That falls out, you can't afford this.
Yeah, and now we're starting to see rents drop right now too. So it's happening at once.
It's all happening. Yeah. When did you all see sort of your peak, your median price peak?
Right in April.
April. Yeah. Okay. So rent for like a 700K or in Renton, a 3 and 2. What are you usually looking at for a rent? This one in particular, we know this one's a little on the higher end. This is 950, 2460 square feet, 3 and 2. Do you see people rent the view homes more, or is it more buying?
Most definitely, they'll rent the view homes. I mean,
okay.
Over in Bellevue, Issaquah too, a lot of them have rentals out there with big lots.
In Bellevue even, really? Because aren't there like, 1.4 median or something like that? Home price or something like that?
Or yeah,
something
that's
like
the
that,
median home price right now.
Okay.
And the fact is, if they sell, they really have nowhere to go. So they're either staying or they're moving out of state.
Where are people going? Is it just same thing like Vegas, Texas?
Texas, Vegas.
Yeah.
Those are the two hot spots right now. And then Florida's kind of there, but not quite.
Got it. How? Who's coming then? If, like, for example, Microsoft's not doing offices, right? Who's coming?
You know, I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, I haven't been getting referrals from out of state or anything.
Really?
Like
Okay,
that.
little out of
Nobody has
state.
been really coming in, to be honest.
Wow. It would be probably other people, maybe from either the colleges in
Yeah,
Washington
colleges,
or something
and
like
then
that.
investors. I mean, investors are hopping in here, though, so I will
Yeah,
say
and it's interesting. Okay, a lot of individual investors or California investors. Like,
California.
It's always Cali.
individual,
Okay.
Mom and pop local investors.
Okay.
But for the most part, retail buyers just aren't out here right now.
Right.
They're waiting out to see what happens with the rates.
These you said are downtown, and these are usually around 500K, right? Those.
Correct.
Do you see a lot of long-term rentals on those? I mean, how would
Yeah,
the rents
just
look on
partially
that?
because it's the only place you're going to find affordability and getting access up north.
interesting.
500 for about 1,000 square feet, 5 to 550 is probably going to be the average you find at the bottom of the hill.
So it's affordable because it's smaller then.
Correct.
Okay. Not necessarily because it's, I mean, it might be desirable to be downtown here, or is
Well,
it?
no, just partially the crime. Crime's been
Oh,
kind of
so it's not desirable downtown.
yeah, not
Okay,
desirable
okay.
downtown. It's on this
okay.
side of the hill. Is
Oh, okay.
desirable.
Okay. So
this
rent
is
it,
like the cutoff point.
Get on the
here.
hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Get on the hill.
Yeah. Get on the hill. And they don't do short term down there, I imagine.
No.
So not that anybody would maybe even want to.
Yeah, nobody.
Okay. Get on the hill. Okay, interesting. So get on the hill for Renton. For other surrounding suburbs, is it a relatively similar thesis? Or
Yeah, very
like even
similar.
downtown Seattle?
Even downtown Seattle,
Get on the
you
hill.
want to be east of the I-5
East of
corridor.
I-5, okay.
Or closer to the water side, which is far west Edmonds.
This is a 3-2 1956, 950,000 because of the view, probably about 200,000 bucks for the view there. This has been on the market for,
You know, I apologize. The printout might not be telling you that, but 245 days.
oh, that's interesting. Your client detail doesn't show days on the market. Oh, status date, July 2022, but it doesn't give you the DOM. That's interesting. The MLS took the DOM away because it's too embarrassing now. The market has shifted. See, in the hot market, it's always 0 days, 1 day. But that's okay. Look, it's cyclical. Market's a cycle. So you got the original 50s cabinet here. I actually don't think I've seen the original 50s cabinets with this diagonal to it. These are actually great cabinets usually. You can adjust this a little bit, but this is incredible. That's actually pretty neat. Okay, so I haven't had water through here in a while. Usually I like, let's see, oh, the water's off. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, traditional 3-2. I actually really like the 3-2 model. Bedroom, master, no? Is that a closet? No? Okay.
Yeah, closet.
Closet? Okay, so 2-bed here, so the master to be found. Oh, it might be downstairs. Let's see what we got. So maybe that was a 2-in-1. This was originally a 2-in-1 maybe. And then we've got, oh wow, this is much larger. This really changes the whole sort of 2-in-1 1950s, although you wouldn't get too many 2-in-1s. And given that this block is here, this brick, this was probably already built out back then. But this is a really nice amount of space. It's on the expensive side because of the view, so it's not something that would be right for HouseHack, but it really gives you an idea. You've got, this is the perfect size yard. I'm not the biggest fan of the chain link with sort of the rubber in it or you know, the plants are growing out there. But this is the perfect size yard. It's got plenty of concrete here, minimal maintenance that way. It'd be nice to have the green patch greened up so that way you contrast a little bit from the concrete. But, okay. This feels, what is this originally part of the basement, I wonder? Heaters on over here. Yeah, see, this feels like it was built out of the basement, just because of obviously what we see here. But what I like about this is I could see that, judging by this, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the house has been 80% rewired. I do see the original Romex here, as well as an original 240 line here, but that one's cut off. You have a little splice here. You could kind of see that tape right there. That's sort of your original Romex, but we've got a nice new panel over here. You've got the arc faults Those are those with the
Before we look at that, take a look on screen here. We've got the largest flash sale on a percentage basis that we've ever had, 69% for any of the programs on building your wealth. And this includes the stocks course, real estate courses, income courses, and even the shadowing experience, which is really incredible. Now, which one's right for you? Well, I'll tell you this. Most people get started with either the Stocks and Psychology of Money group or the Zero to Millionaire Real Estate Investing course. In fact, a lot of people use these flash sales to bundle up between the both of these programs. This is how you're getting great pricing on both of these together. Now, the Stocks and Psych group is coming with a new trading challenge where my team and I work together to take all of the research that we do and then think of what we think as the best and most likely to succeed trades. And so we'll be posting those regularly for those of you in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group starting this week, which is very exciting. You also get updates and insights into my personal moves. Am I selling Tesla? Have I sold Tesla? What am I buying? You get that trading intel, fundamental analysis, short-term, long-term trades. Real estate, you get, if you're looking for your first house, your first rental property, you want to use a property manager, Zero to Millionaire Real Estate. This is how you get the best wedge deals, my opinion. A lot of knowledge in this course. You want to go into managing properties yourself. You don't just get me, you get professional property managers interviewed in this course as well. Some incredible insights to make sure you don't get ruined by tenants. You want to grow your income as a real estate agent, as a social media content creator, or you want to grow your income as an employee or other self-employed person. Check out the Elite Hustlers group. Remember, a lot of these programs are tax deductible. Check with your CPA. You can also shadow me. Now, I don't sell transportation. Remember that you're not paying for transportation. So if you want to come shadow, you got to pay to get yourself out here. Obviously, if I go drive somewhere, you can come with me. It's incidental to what you're paying for. You're paying to shadow me, right? You're not paying for transportation. If we go fly somewhere, then that would be included as well. Now, I want to be very clear. You're paying to shadow me. That's should be very obvious. Anyway, with these programs, though, you get lifetime access to all of the new content that's added to them as well. But hopefully you've appreciated this breakdown and take advantage of that 69% off flash sale through Valentine's.
Those with the AFCI, arc fault circuit interrupter test button here. That's a sign that this was probably done post 2008. I would probably actually say it was done within the last few years here. But arc faults are great. Looks like a lot of the actual systems of the house have been well improved. And this is actually quite impressive. So this is your ground bonding connector for the gas line. And this is a very impressive setup. I mean, even how they cable tied some of it, they did a very nice job. So those are the things you want to see. You want to see systems that are installed really well, and then ideally cosmetically, it's not great. Like, frankly, the 50s cabinet upstairs, but then these systems so great, kind of like that. Now, also interesting that you have an exterior door here, which somewhat implies that at some point, this would have gone to the outside and they sort of cinder blocked it in, made a wine cellar or something. Okay, cool. So I would obviously check that permits have been pulled for something like this. What are you saying, Mikey? What do you think about this place?
Interesting layout.
It is.
It's an interesting layout. It's kind of cool. The fireplace is upstairs in the exact same spot, so they share the
One chimney, baby.
Yeah, one chimney.
Only one place for Santa to come.
2 fireplaces, 1 chimney.
Yeah. A lot of this must have been converted from the. There's no traditional master. A lot of this must have been converted from the basement. But okay, and it's been here for a while, judging by some of the molding. Yeah, this was all done later. You can see this was panel drywalled in, which is neat. So it's somewhat. I mean, it was an original 2-in-1, and they probably converted. Would you have seen 2-in-1s originally here in the 50s?
Yeah.
Okay, so because I'm guessing this was a 2-in-1. And then most of that was the basement downstairs. But although the fireplace looks like it could have been there, but the other areas look like they've been added on. So you would have seen 2-in-1s from the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it common to do basements out here?
Very common.
Very common. Okay. This is a Euro style door. Gorgeous. I love these. I think HD Supply sells them now. It's so wet out here. Their main panel is actually in the house, and then this is just an emergency breaker for the fire department. Little 200 amp breaker. But in our area, it's so dry. You have everything outside, which I always think is weird. I like the main panels being inside. I don't want somebody coming messing with my breakers. Christian's asking, how much further for the bottom? We won't know really until we see the signals. I'll tell you the biggest red flag I just got for what are we in? Renville or Renton? and it could be a red flag that maybe we aren't at bottom yet, is you need people moving into the area, right? And so the drop off of buyer referrals, I really respect him providing us that insight. I think he's very knowledgeable of his market, and I'm very, very happy that we're working with him. He knows what he's doing, and that's what you want. You want the agent who's going to give you the straight scoop, because look, that might short term be bad, but in the long term, who am I going to call for the straight scoop when I want to go buying, right? This is very, very, very smart, and there's absolutely a risk of more downside. At minimum, I think we have another 6 months of downside, minimum. The earliest bottom I could see for the real estate market would be June. That would be your first month after the May over May comparisons, and maybe then we start seeing month over month positive if mortgage rates maybe trend under 6%, right? That would be the soonest, I'd say. And that's also kind of what we've been targeting. I mean, quite frankly, since like January of 2022, we're like, I don't know, hopefully the summer of 23, we may be able to go shopping. And so then we launched HouseHack, and we kind of built everything around that thesis. So far it's aligning. And of course, we'll see what happens. This is interesting. These are newer. So remember, new is nice. New does not mean no wed. New has potential. We just need to spray paint some mold in, and then all the other buyers go away. Oh, we're still rolling. Oh God. Do you see a lot of evictions out here, or
No, just because the politics out here, they favor the tenants. So pretty much, I mean, they've been giving them every break that they can.
Yeah, that's very familiar.
There's also the possibility that for investors, they're going to start attaching more fees for multiple property owners. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like city business licenses that you do for investors out here then?
Exactly.
Yeah. So more city licenses. Yep. Yes. Okay. I mean, eventually you got to be able to get someone out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's like 6-9 months probably
it's
for an eviction.
You know, doing a sheriff's eviction. Back in the day, it used to take like 3 months, but now it's taking 6 to 9.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Probably maybe backlogs too. We used to be 3 months in Cali, and now it's 6-9. But let's just plan never to have an eviction. Are you seeing a lot of layoffs right now out here?
Yeah. Amazon just did a round of, I think, 10,000 employees or something like that.
And that must not have been fulfillment. That was here?
Yeah, a lot of it was fulfillment and recruiting out here.
Oh, and recruiting out here. Their centers out here.
Microsoft, it wasn't a huge amount of layoffs there, but they're not bringing employees back. So everybody's going to be just either moving further out or just staying right in this pocket. Nintendo's over out towards Fall City, Issaquah. They had a small amount of layoffs, but for the most part, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. But I am worried about tech moving forward.
Are you seeing a lot of real estate agents, unfortunately, pull out of the industry right now too? Yeah, we're seeing that too.
I mean, even people at my own company, so they completely removed, some of us were paid on salary and things like that. Salary's gone. I'm 100% commission
right now. Wow.
So this community will fall under the Issaquah School District. So you basically just drive 10 minutes down that road, which is Highway 900.
Thanks, dude. Sorry, 10 minutes down the road. Oh, thanks, dude. This is
and
so
you're getting the 8+ star rated schools.
I'm clearly like Joe Biden here. I gotta get that's what we're doing. We're modeling Joe. Oh, no, too small for my giant feet. A whole size 6.5 over here. So sorry, 10 minutes away from the school?
Yeah, so 10 minutes from the Issaquah School District, Liberty High School just down the street, Maywood Middle School, all 8-star rating plus.
Nice. Yeah.
And then, and on top of that too, a lot of homeowners around here in the area do just use addresses to,
they do that here.
Get their kids in the school, because I know a lot of people who will commute 30, 45 minutes to drop their kids off.
Wow, really? So it's that desirable? Yeah.
So I saw that island, the Mercer Island.
Yeah.
Is it bad?
No, Mercer Island is the nicest community maybe across the nation. I think per capita wise,
so
the wealthiest people live there.
Oh my gosh! But what's your median list over there? It's gonna be ridiculous, huh?
2.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nope, done. Done with that. That's a no.
Like I said, super nice areas around here, so close.
Yeah. This is a 2006. For $799, 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 1956 square feet. I swear I thought that was the year for a moment. This was listed August 11th, the day after Lauren's birthday, 2006. So I really like new construction. Well, 2000s plus is like newer, 90s plus newer. If I could pick 80s, I'll take 80s. This obviously it's like a $400 stove. Well, probably now with inflation, $800. It's doubled. Everything's doubled. But this is kind of your sparkly white quartz over here. I actually like how they cut the edges to give you a little bit more room in the smaller kitchen. They put poles on older cabinets. These are older cabinets that have been painted, and they did a pretty good job. I don't see any crazy runs. They painted right over their hinges. Oh, here's some running, but you get that. All right. Well, at least it's not so much on the outside. But yeah, one of the other reasons newer is usually nice is because you have good floor plans. So you've got a little breakfast nook here, family room, dining, it could be here, or just nothing in the breakfast nook here. This, let's see here. See, normal floor plan. We were, what was it, in Salt Lake, that ridiculous second story and just some of the oddities that you see. When you get to newer, you don't have that issue. You have a traditional here, that looks like it's probably the master. You've got traditional 4-bed, and it's nice. You've got plenty of windows, plenty of light. I actually really love how they did these windows. Now, the reason I say that is because my builder, built in 2008 for my home, put windows on almost every wall, and I can't use the wall, which is annoying. I want to hang Nerf guns or something for the kids, but I can't because there are windows everywhere. Here, they sandwiched them into the corner, and they gave you wall space, which is functional. Very good. I like this place. So obviously, the goal would be to get something like this that looks a little more 90s. For example, if the entire property still looked like this, where, well, this is actually still pretty nice. You know, you've got a Formica top over here, a little wood lamp. If, let's say, this was delaminated and the cabinetry was, you know, water damage, and you've got the linoleum floor over here, and you came over here to the bathroom and it was mildewy, right? Now all of a sudden you can actually take a 2006 home and get something that is a wedge deal. And now you have 2006 bones. The 3-wire electrical system, the better plumbing, the copper or PEX water lines, the sewers better, everything's better, right? Better for earthquakes if you're in those areas, better insulated, so it costs the tenant less money to live there. Again, functional layouts. New is very, very nice. These are just 2 more bedrooms over here, then we'll go over to the master. This is great. If this kind of thing is in the perfect school district, great, absolutely great. What do we have over here? So again, hello, sorry? Mikey, our room.
I keep going right back into the closet. I can't help it.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so functional. Usually, well, we could get the door over here. I was thinking no door for the toilet. It's okay, it works. You got the door over there by the shower. And, you know, a little bit, you know, clearly 2006 original builder grade master vanity here. Nothing wrong with that. Missing a little bit of mold, and something like this would work really well, especially if this is in a super desirable school district. I like this. Yeah, this is very functional. 2-story, 2. No 3 levels. No, never 3. Stay away from 3. Stuff like this, if I find them as a fixer, it's so easy because you go in with 15, 20K, you're not doing structural, you're not doing plumbing, electrical, it's just the cosmetics.
Yeah.
It's like these guys, they painted the cabinets, threw on a new countertop, done. You know?
And that's what everybody's looking for right now.
Yeah, this is what they want. So we'll give the people what they want. What people do in real estate is they think they can squeeze everything into a weekend. And people have to remember that your brain can only process so much. And you're going to get exhausted. You're going to start playing on your phone more. You stop paying attention to the area. You stop asking intelligent questions as Mikey's on his phone. And I mean, intelligent, well, I don't have to.
I don't get it.
It's really important for markets that you're considering to be there often, meet different agents, get different perspectives, and really become somebody who's part of that community. That's what we're doing. We really see HouseHack over time becoming a national brand. What's beautiful is we have really a public archive of not just sort of our opinions and what we're asking, but the information we're receiving, which some people might think is like anti-competitive. You're giving it all away. People forget there are so many deals to be had out there. I've never in my life had a shortage of wedge deals in any city I've gone into. They just don't sit on the market. You just have to be fast, and I'm fast. This looks nice, by the way. Really nice contrast with the white trim and the new white vinyl windows. The darker color looks great. Unlike this one, which looks a little older, which is perfect.
Yep. And then 1 owner home too. So
ooh, I know what that means. That's great. That's exciting. So do you get moss growth on roofs here?
that's very common.
That's very common.
Yeah.
And does that take a good chunk of life off, or because
Yeah, I mean, a 30-year roof out
Yeah.
here, closer to 18, 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's with the asphalt shingle, there's no really cleaning it. You go wash it away. I mean, can you acid bath it maybe?
I've
Or
never
do
heard of
do
people
that?
acid bathing
No,
out here.
okay.
Mostly it's just maintenance, just getting a guy just blow everything off.
Oh,
or-
just blowing it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everything out here is just pine needles for the most part.
I see.
So,
Okay.
but as far as moss growth, like, yeah, when we get heavy rain seasons, it happens. And
And it
I
just
mean,
dies off in the summer, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay. And then you can blow it off. Got it.
There
Okay.
are people, I don't know what kind of solution it was, but it's kind of like a white powder that people come and put on the roof.
To kill this stuff.
Yeah, to kill all this stuff.
Yeah, but any kind of growth and roots traps moisture, and then you get mold, and you really just decay the wood underneath the shingle. There's got a tombstone over here. That's awesome. This is great. And then, so this is a 3-bed, 2 1/4 bath, 2432 square feet. Been on the market since September 8th. It was listed for $860,000. Now only $700,000. They missed the 69.
Scam.
Oh, it's perfect. I love it already. I don't like split level, I will say, but let's start with upstairs. So you've got the older carpet. It smells like insecticide the second I get into it. So that's a great thing. The more you can turn off first-time home buyers, the better. Thomas, you were saying to Trish that there are a lot of tech guys who want to throw money at real estate, but they're not into work, like doing the fixer-uppers and stuff like that.
So the gentleman who's buying my auction property,
Yeah.
he's a Microsoft guy, and he's just like, hey, like I want to like start investing, but like I don't really know what to do, and so I'm setting up with contractors, things like that. He's actually getting hard money loan through our private lender.
Oh, wow. So you got the acoustic ceiling built in 78. Typically, you could have asbestos. It's still in the asbestos era. 78 was really the last year, but you could still get asbestos going into 79 and 80s homes because people would use stock supplies they still had. They just really stopped selling the product then. You know, you've got the Formica tops here. You've got the older cabinetry. You've got the classic diffusers over here. Clearly 70s when you see this kind of fireplace. The stone fireplace is super common. Obviously, look, the split level, it'd be tough for me to get convinced on a split level, but condition-wise, this is perfect. It is, though, I mean, the more I look at it, the more it's not, sometimes you get like a tri-level split. This is really just a split in the mid by the front door, and then you only have half a staircase for up and down, so I could actually be convinced by that. Usually I wouldn't be. All the original cabinetry, doors, this is a single owner property, we found out. Thomas let us know. But this is your classic refloor, repaint, new electrical switches, outlets. You've got to make sure you prime these really well. Hollow core doors here, prime this, paint it, scrape the ceiling. This is 1, 2, I think we said this was a 3. Oh, this is a 3-bed. Okay, so 3-bed, and then what is good, this is your master here. We've actually got, oh, these are like the worst. So these are the old panel kind of showers here, and they always mildewy on the inside, which is actually great. You can glaze these, but you often end up replacing these and going for fiberglass. The lifespan isn't so great on these, and oftentimes you go underneath them if there's an underneath, and you start already seeing leaking. This actually looks like a decent deck. It doesn't look that old. I think this is sort of man-made wood, like a vinyl, right? Which is what you want in this kind of weather because you're going to have rot like crazy out here. You've got your gutters here. You do have, obviously, your typical lumber and framing, but there's not actually a lot of rot here. It looks like actually a pretty decently maintained home, and they actually painted the lumber out here with what looks like an eggshell, or it doesn't quite look semi-gloss, but eggshell is actually what you're supposed to, well, eggshell or semi-gloss is generally where you're supposed to paint lumber. Most people go flat though because it's cheaper. Now, you could do a lot by just trimming a little bit back here. Obviously keep the trees, they look amazing. But you could do a lot by trimming back here. I love the feel of sort of the moss growth. I mean, I could really see this as like living here, like a little Zen garden or something like that. But I don't get personally attached to my property, so I wouldn't like be installing Zen gardens.
I have something to show you.
Oh, I would love to see it.
I don't know if you've already gotten this, but
Let's see it.
you have it.
It seems exciting.
Absolutely adore it.
Oh, here we go.
They got 2,500.
Ah, I missed it. I missed it. It was the curtain, and you know what look what it's covering up.
Yep.
What's it covering up? Brand spanking new window. Brand new vinyl window here. They probably pulled permits for all this stuff too. Look, this is like the definition of wedge. Old cosmetics, new bones. Like I said outside, very little rot, well maintained. The deck looks like it's upgraded and newer. Wood, copper plumbing right there. Although in the 70s, they were probably built with copper plumbing. Actually, it's a nice opportunity to open up this wall a little bit here, assuming it's not load bearing. This would be what did you say this is going for fixed up right now?
Fixed up right now, you can get $1 million easy for
That's
it.
crazy, really. That's incredible. That's not May pricing. That's like now pricing.
Yeah, and that's just because they got 2021 new construction comps just literally down the road over there.
Wow.
That sold for about 1.35.
1.3 for new construction. Okay, so one here, remodeled, older part of the neighborhood, but maybe a little larger lot or RV parking or whatever. Maybe you're not getting that there, so you're sitting in a mill. You're thinking,
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome. Oh yeah, this would all be one consistent flooring. Because look at that, you got 3 floors right here together, right?
what type of flooring
Just
would you do?
luxury vinyl plank, something typical.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. So one of the downsides, though, of the older floor plans, again, is that it's tight floor plans. But this looks like laundry over here. Yep. Laundry, again, new windows surrounded by old. Love it.
This is the definition of a wedge.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole,
Could you make
this is a lot larger
Could you
than
make this 2 bedrooms? Literally make it an extra hallway, 2 bedrooms,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you could. These are plenty
easy.
big rooms to
Yeah,
make 2 more
100%.
bedrooms here. Absolutely. Yeah, and then you take it from a 3-bedroom to a 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
You don't need 2 massive family rooms. If somebody wanted it as a playroom,
upstairs.
then you have 2 rooms next to each
rooms.
other that are playrooms.
2 rooms.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, you have vents for both of them. You've got
Electricity.
you got windows for each of them. Right here.
Bathroom right over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is like walking into what a wedge deal would be. I
What offer, if this house listed at 700, what offer would you put in?
I would probably start with like a verbal at like 625, cash, close in 3 days or whatever, right? They might tell you go pound sand, or they might counter you at 650. I think this is the kind of person that is selling. That is exactly what we would want to buy from. But it's not selling right now because even at 700, it's overpriced.
Well, they dropped it from 8.
Yeah. Well, how long ago?
820. I can't remember how.
Yeah, but look, if they dropped it from 8 any more than 3 days ago and they still don't have any offers, it's not a 7 either. So something like this size, even if you made it a 5-bedroom, like you said, it'd be interesting what you could actually get in rent out here. You definitely run some numbers, but yeah, you'd probably still be at, I don't think you can get more than 4, 5 for it or something like that. So ideally, if you can get it like 600 even, that's nice. I know a lot of people in the Midwest, they're like, oh, 1-to-1, Kevin, 1-to-1. But like, remember, we want wedges. That's where the big money is coming from for HouseHack, is the wedges, not this like 10% cash on cash return. Although our actual returns could be in that neighborhood or even substantially more with the wedge process, because we were talking about this the other day, how the rates of returns on a wedge deal, year 1 could be 150%. Year 2, you go down to like 50, 30, 20. You scale down because you're buttering out the wedge over multiple years, basically. If you want to learn how to become a millionaire in real estate, make sure to check out the 0 to Millionaire real estate investing course, link down below, and use that coupon code before my birthday because the price will change. Good job, man. Thank you for reminding me. McKay is actually one of our course members. You've been a course member for a long time.
That's how I got this job.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I took the YouTube course.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep.
Was it good?
Loved it. I'm here because of it. You tell me, am I good?
You're great, man.
All right.
Let's go. So the rents definitely fell. So that hits the numbers a bit. And then that also makes me think you still have some time to go. Because 26, if you can't break 3 on a 700K, it's a little weak. And one of the problems you find is when you start getting larger, sometimes you start getting that squeeze. 2,400 square feet? Maybe, we'll see. Oh, so it's been sitting for another month and a half already. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thanks. Exactly. So 700 is even way too high. And with the rents, you wouldn't even go 625. You'd go, at that rent, you've got to be, in the 5s. And then even then, you want to evaluate how much of a wedge am I getting here. Cosmetically perfect, numbers, TBD. But then again, we're not ready to buy. See, what needs to happen is we need to get to where we think the market is at that bottom, because then we can actually sit down and say, okay, this is what rents are now. The last thing you want to do is buy thinking you've got, a nice big wedge and you're going to rent it for something, and you actually look down and you're like, crap, that's a lot smaller than I thought. A little tough to tell right now, but very, very rural out here. Rural's nice for a lot of people. They like that, but for HouseHack, it's a lot of maintenance. You're dealing with a lot of wildlife. You're dealing with larger lots. We don't want to deal with larger lots. It's a lot of burden to put that landscaping on the tenants. It's harder to rent when you're in a rural area because you have less demand for these homes. Again, this is why the best home is a tract home. We should really start narrowing them down to tracts. McKay was talking about the agent's brokerage a little bit, about how this is a sort of almost like an iBuyer brokerage. They remind me a lot of the Redfin agent model, where they pay their agents potentially, and I don't know this, I'm speculating, a little bit of a lower commission, but they do all the advertising for the agents. So this is why the agents get a lot of the volume. And their website, sundae.com, sundae.com, actually looks a lot like what potentially the future of HouseHack's website would look like, where we could just directly have a website where people can sell a home directly to HouseHack if they wanted to. We could, in theory, advertise that way if we needed to, or if somebody from YouTube wanted to submit a deal for us off market or whatever. Now potentially we can be our own source of deals as well as using agents. But yeah, the sundae.com website, sell your dated house as is for the best price. I mean, basically they're just looking specifically for the kinds of deals that we are looking for. And that's the kind of relationship that we want to build. So we would want to use them as well as do things like that on our own. So this is great. If your clientele here is tech, and tech is getting laid off, and there's absolutely no reason to live here for the weather, and your job is gone, and Microsoft is canceling contracts with office builders, first of all, short steel case. Second of all, it's a problem. I mean, this looks like an 86 neighborhood. It could be 90s. Oh, it looks so cute with like the steam coming out of that. That's, yeah, I mean, that's nice. These could be newer than I think they are. They've all already got new dual pane windows, but those are retrofits. They've got the older aluminum windows. This has to be an 80s neighborhood. That's a newer garage. That's actually a nice garage door, and I love the lights they put up. Which house are we looking at? Where's the house? Oh, we are looking at the one with the nice garage doors. Oh, great. The price reduced signs. That's a throwback to 08. When was this built?
So this one's built 1984.
Yes! Got it!
57 days on market, first listed in November, originally at 720, down to 695, or 696 right now.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Perfect.
So the nice thing about this location is you have a major hospital just down that road where we're just at,
Okay.
Valley Medical. So it's one of the biggest hospitals here on the east side.
So you're away from that tech demand.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Yeah.
What's that smell?
It's just old.
It could be the Christmas tree, pine, I don't know.
Here's your kitchen. Let's see, these are actually newer cabinets. Initially, when I was turning the corner, they looked potentially like 80s darker, but these are newer. These are actually nice. These are like your espresso colored cabinets. Not the biggest fan of the lining on the inside, but that's okay. Nice cooktop. Yeah, okay. I mean, this has some newer elements, right? They've done some upgrading to this. It's still mostly 80s. They've done some cabinetry work. But yeah, definitely a little bit more on the dated side. I love it when carpet starts losing its stretch. That's just a perfect sort of wedge deal sign. It's not damaged enough to really be a heavy wedge, but you do see most of the windows have been replaced, at least downstairs. The older doors, the older paint. I mean, the classic stuff that we look at. What I like, though, is understanding this neighborhood. Because apparently it's close to a hospital, so you've got a different kind of buyer or tenant than you would somebody who's maybe commuting from Seattle. Although I wonder, probably about 45 minutes from Seattle?
Yeah, 45
Okay,
minutes.
so about the same. If we can market through YouTube exactly what we're looking for, what markets we're looking in, and people maybe watch the channel because they've fallen in love with all of the value we're providing on all these trips. Well, now hopefully people are watching our channel that are in areas like Gilbert, Arizona, or let's say here, Renton, Washington, or wherever we want to buy. And people are watching going, oh, this is interesting, going to all these different cities. We're actually building a network of people who are interested in real estate. And they might end up knowing people who want to sell fixer-uppers, and they might refer those deals to us. And then so what we can do is say, hey, if you refer a deal directly to us at househack.com, we'll give you some kind of finder's fee, right? So we could basically pay anybody we want a finder's fee. We have to make sure we're compliant with like state laws everywhere, but generally that's not a problem. and then we could find wedge deals directly rather than going through that auction process. That's the downside, as we were just talking about Sunday, is you're now one person on a list of maybe 100 other investors. So what they're doing is they're purposefully listing them low to get a ton of offers, which is fine. You could still get a wedge deal in that model, but the 7-day minimum wait sucks. Like, I like it when properties come to me and I get the calls because I've got the relationship with the local agents. Yo, Kevin, this deal's coming up. We're gonna list it on Thursday. We're letting you know about it 3 days in advance. Can you be here to see it Wednesday? Yep, perfect. We'll send somebody from our local team, or we'll Matterport it. Because really what we'll do in the future is we're not gonna hop on a jet every single property, right? It won't make sense unless Meet Kevin is paying for it, like Meet Kevin is paying for a lot of the jet right now, right? That's important. You know, I also don't want people thinking like, oh my gosh, this entire jet HouseHack is paying for it. This is not even the case at all. HouseHack hasn't been billed a dime for the jet. In the future, we will, once we pick our areas, it won't be an issue to just be there a week later and bundle all of our purchases and go look at 10 properties in a day, and they're all properties we have offers on or that we're under contract on, best case scenario. And we give them that rubber stamp, which we should know the area. So we should never have to go to a property to sign off on an offer or really even close the deal. We will, but we shouldn't have to, because we should become so expert in the neighborhood. We already know everything about the neighborhood. Oh my God, I just fell in the mud. Well, this is the last stop. This has been on the market for 98 cumulative days. Original list price $720. Now listed for $680,000. 4-bedroom, 2.25 bath in Benson Hill area of Renton. Benson Hill?
Yep,
Yay?
Benson Hill's good.
Good.
As I said, Valley Medical, literally 3 minutes down the road over there. You got IKEA 5 minutes down at the bottom of the hill.
I'm in. I love IKEA. I also love that person spent all that money on a metal roof. That's a sign they want to stay here. That's a great sign, because that is a ripoff. That's a good sign. This is gorgeous. Although mismatched color, that doesn't work. And the edges are off. That's okay. What?
Looks like somebody maybe just kind of quit during the project.
It does feel that way. Different luxury vinyl planks and hamster smellies. Oh, huh. Okay. Oh, like you just put down like the new stuff for the hamsters. You're right. Yeah, the bedding or whatever. And then there's that flooring. They ran out of flooring maybe. Okay. Interesting. They put the white baseboard next to the cabinets, which is a problem because they probably went either primed baseboards and not painted, or ultra pure white next to the white cabinets, which are actually an off-white. And now they make the cabinets look yellowed, especially with these yellowed lights. So wouldn't have gone with that baseboard move, but they did that over here as well. This actually could be IKEA. Feels like IKEA. If it's not IKEA, it's pretty close. Oh no, these are the Lowe's ones, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna figure out how to put it back now. The IKEA ones are easier to put back. Did it. No. Why? Why do we do this to me? You know, they actually have outlet covers that would cover the actual outlet too, and a new faceplate. It's like $4.99 on Amazon. And then it would make the whole thing look white. Not a big fan of the multicolored flooring. Nice backyard. You got the family-friendly backyards back here. Oh, I love the maple. Too big though. Probably too big for HouseHack. There's way too much here. Too much yard, too much house. Smaller houses are better for HouseHack. Smaller and newer. All right, let's get some coffee. Let's take a quick look. This is like 99-cent flooring. Dude, the amount of flooring they chose. I swear they took remnants of flooring, because it's like every room is a different floor. It's a terrible idea.
I'm not a big investor, but
This is one heck of a...
It literally looks like somebody stopped halfway through the project.
Hey honey, can you go paint the medicine cabinet today? Sure, I'll bring the rag. It's sad because, you know, this is like an insult to real estate. You know, these things are like 12 bucks and they left the rusty one. I mean, at least it's not wobbly, but
Shower looks nice.
it's the cheapest tile you can get.
Never mind. Insult to real estate.
Did okay. I mean, they didn't wash the grout off. That doesn't surprise me. Let's go get coffee. What do you think for rents out here? Ballpark, if you had to say?
You'll get 3,000.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for showing us these properties out here in Renton, Washington. Can you shout yourself out, your company out? Tell us about yourself, anything you want to pitch.
Yeah, my name is Thomas Shen. I work with Sunday Real Estate. We're the off-market property platform. We work with sellers selling their properties as is, getting them cash advances and getting them into good situations. And we represent a group of investors that buy homes with heart. So definitely call me, 206-466-3041, and love to get you guys set up and on to your next stage in life.
How's the area around here? We're new from here.
Where you from?
California.
What California?
Ventura, under Santa Barbara?
I don't know. I'm from San Jose.
Why'd you move here?
Oh, I live everywhere, United States.
You live everywhere?
Yeah.
What's the best?
But the best, my home, New Orleans.
New Orleans the best?
Yes.
Why don't you go back?
It's my business here.
Because of the business here. If you could move it over there, would you do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. Couple years.
Oh, you're already planning to move?
Temporary, yeah.
Wow. Everyone's leaving. Everyone. Even the espresso shop is leaving. I'm really getting that vibe out here that you've got, you know, a lot of kind of farmland, and then you got infill of like 70s and 80s neighborhoods. Not too much new construction out here, which is fine. We like 70s and 80s. You know, it's all right. You know, like Ventura's not all brand new either, but I don't know how I'm feeling on the rankings versus like Gilbert, Arizona. Boy, that was nice. And I think the biggest thing that's killing me is everyone's eating. It's concerning. I keep hearing it.
The toothpick, dude, that's so bad.
What do you think about this place, this city?
I like it. It's very, very rainy.
Would you move here?
Depressing. Me personally, it's too depressing. The rain all year round.
I agree.
Cream or anything?
No, black. Large black. Uh-huh.
I'm from Arizona.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Arizona.
I'm a chef for rock bottom. I don't like Seattle.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Does people want to leave?
Rain, cold, too much rain. This is okay, but everything here very high. For low class people here, very hot to living here.
And then tech is doing layoffs, I hear.
Yeah. Where I'm from, New Orleans or Dallas,
Yeah.
easy living, how cheaper, like very easy to breathe, you know.
Yeah.
But here, tight.
Oh, okay.
Low class people, tight. That's why you see homeless people everywhere here.
Problem is tenants. If everybody wants to leave and you're constantly dealing with people GTFOing because it's like you got high cost of living and this weather, why would you live here? I don't get it. It makes sense if it's a job. Like, oh, come be the CEO of Google. You just have to work in Seattle. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I like YouTube, but like, sure, right?
Yeah.
But like, otherwise, why?
This is one of the tech centers. Like, when I think tech in the U.S., I think San Francisco and like Silicon Valley. I think Austin. I think Seattle.
Yeah,
We
but
also
yeah,
have
that's the
Boeing
thing.
here.
Austin, see, now they're starting to move south. You get that tech that's like, okay, people want maybe some sun, right? So how long is tech going to be central to the sort of liberal West Coast? You know, what happens if Microsoft's like, let's pick a cheaper place for everybody to move to. You know, we can do so much remote now. Great exploration with Thomas for Renton. I have to say, I'm not convinced on the Seattle area yet. I'm not going to rule it out. Maybe it's worth checking out some other areas. I did like some of the properties we looked at. Definitely looked like we were looking at potentially an overpriced wedge, which is okay. You can negotiate down. Some of the newer construction was nice, especially in that special school district. But I don't even know if I could check in on employees, if this is what the weather is like 90% of the year. That's what folks are telling me. I gotta be where the sun is. And if I lose any tenants because of the weather, I'd rather not. I'd rather be investing somewhere people want to move to, not from. We got a lot of insights here that a lot of people unfortunately are moving out and excited to get out. Not many people coming in. A real estate agent isn't getting a lot of referrals of buyers coming in. More referrals of people going out. It's a red flag. So that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.